Continues per Ian Rappaport. The Patriots, my phone just closed, are taking the biggest defender off the market as Eagles defensive tackle Milton Williams lands in New England.
Wow. I mean, that was the worst kept secret in the business, that he would potentially be coming to the Patriots. That was one of their top targets, although I guess with the way the other top targets all didn't end up with the Patriots. So yeah, this defense has added big defensive tackle after trading Devon Godchaux, Harold Landry to the edge, a tackle machine in Robert Spillane, and a high-end veteran corner to be opposite Christian Gonzalez. Okay, now they can win games 3-0 next year.
No, I was going to say, Andy, no team. First, we gotta sort through this here. I
thought he was going to the Panthers.
I was going to say, what the hell happened with the Panthers? Because an hour ago, I gave up all hope and was ready to send a bunch of pouty tweets about the fact that the number 2 guy that we all wanted and number 1 on defense was going to the Panthers. That falls apart. Either that or somebody got on Aircraft 3 or some sort of hypersonic plane, flew to his house, and held up 2 more giant bags of money and said, don't do it. We'll pay you more. We'll double the offer, whatever. I don't care what they spent on him at this point. That was a priority need, especially after losing or getting rid of Godchaux for a song to New Orleans earlier. Great move. Again, 2, Andy, the Patriots will make no fan base, no region, no bunch of personalities prouder to lose 17-13 each and every week this fall. Every game is going to be an absolute grinder. And back to what we were discussing before the breaking news, I'm not surprised that defense was addressed first because I knew. Didn't you get a feeling Terrell Williams, Mike Vrabel, they were going to be bringing in all, Terrell's guys from Detroit, the Vrabros that he loves. I mean, he's kind of, even though it's not necessarily his thing, he's a defense first guy. So I had a feeling it was going to be defense heavy, and that's what we're seeing. And good on them for striking a deal with Williams.
Yeah, I was dumb enough to believe they would take their franchise quarterback and most important player, and I don't know, help him do his job and support him, because this is alarming if I'm Drake May. This is absolutely alarming because they have, and yes, one of the texters said, we got to tackle. Morgan Moses is at best an old, banged up, hurt a lot right tackle. If you look at Giardi's tweet, Morgan Moses played through MCL, meniscus, bone bruise, fracture, whatever. Old tackles that weigh 300-plus pounds and have bad knees, and we're going to ask him to move to left tackle? Didn't we do that previously? Haven't we played the move to left tackle game before, and it doesn't play out well for these guys?
We have with other tackles that left the AFC North to collect a check in New England and a starting gig, only to realize they don't love football that much anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think the Morgan Moses signing, by any only reason why I put it out as a probability on Twitter earlier was because Diana Rossini freaking leaked it yesterday. I would love someone much younger, much quicker, with fewer miles on the tires and better knees. And I don't know how this affects the draft. And if someone's going to tell me, like, well, Elliot Wolf is going to come in and it's going to be weaponized the offense too, electric boogaloo, then I'm going to go slather myself in salmon and jump into a Shark Tank.
We're going to have to get for the offense those Joe Judge sweatshirts back. No one else is coming. We're all we have. And Drake May can hand those out to Vidarian Lowe and all the other bums that he's working with. Because I envision Josh McDaniels and Drake May in a room somewhere, sad together, like bonding over their misery, like misery loves company, and apparently Vrabel's just building himself a toy on the other side of the ball, and his boy Terrell Williams gets all the fun new pieces, and we're going to have to continue to make chicken salad with chicken you-know-what. But, hey, I will say this. It started out looking like the Patriots weren't even going to be active, and when I say started out, it was like the first 3 minutes of free agency, tampering when noon hit today. At least we do have good signings to talk about. These absolutely could be the kinds of signings that in 2 years we are saying that's why they are a good competitive football team. Carlton Davis and Milton Williams and Robert Spillane. I got to be honest with you, I'm not in love with the Harold Landry signing. The number is a little bigger than I would have liked, and
did you hear how much he originally wanted? Like,
yeah.
The suck tax was in effect.
But I mean, I watched him, and I had heard that his athleticism and quickness had been zapped a couple years ago by the injury, and then I watched. Every sack he gets is either a stunt or a coverage sack. Like, the guy is not an edge presence by any means. He may get some sacks, but it's going to be on Terrell Williams to scheme those sacks up. You did not get a high-end pass rusher in Harold Landry. But I will say, in combination, we're going to have high expectations for this defense, correct? We're going to expect this.
Oh, you bet we are. This is going to be the defense Mina Kimes should be pumping the tires of, not last year's.
There's a few more pieces I'd like to fall into place. You add Jonathan Jones to this mix with Marcus Jones, Davis, Gonzalez. Okay, I like the back end. I will say, and I said this to Jones and Keefe, 617-779-7937, we are reacting to legalized tampering in the National Football League, which is also pretty much the start of free agency. Dollars are flying around like fall leaves, and the Patriots are very active. The Robert Spillane one makes me wonder if Juwan Bentley, a captain on this team, is on this team for very long, because they're both kind of your middle linebacker, tackle machine guys. I know others have said, well, maybe Jelani Tavai, after his really dumb comments last year, he ends up being the odd man out. But,
hey, we'll see you later, Jelani. Bye-bye.
Oh, wow. You guys
Bye-bye,
turn on your
Tavai.
guys quickly. That's the voice of the fans, Jelani. That's a fan speaking up, telling you to know your role.
Adios, amigo.
But
I know my place. It's here in the stands, not where you are.
We had Giardi tell us, and we will talk to Mike Giardi at 3:30 today. Special appearance. He kind of got bumped on Friday with all the Brad Marchand trade crap.
We should bump him again just for fun.
Oh, no. He's our boy. And he told us maybe 3 weeks ago on one of his regular Friday afternoon chats that there's some guys we think are sort of core members of this team that probably won't be. And I think Bentley could be in trouble for a job. We've heard these rumors that David Andrews could be on the cutting block. We've already seen Godchaw booted out, so there's a little bit of a turnover here, and that might be the biggest takeaway to the start of the free agency period. Forget the offense-defense thing or filling needs or value, any of those. Mike Vrabel certainly looks like he's putting his stamp on the roster. Guys that he knows, guys that Terrell Williams knows, they're bringing in their guys on the defensive side of the ball. And I think that's what's going to be expected to lay the foundation, not just for the team on the field, but the culture. I think Mike Vrabel is sort of exerting his force on the roster and setting the culture. And you certainly would be if you're going to move on from a couple captains. And I think that's the biggest takeaway from the start of this free agency period.
Here's a good one, Andy. 617-779-7937 for your text line as well as the phone line. Y'all know that. 774 texter. Tom Brady just texted Drake May with one word. See?
Exactly. So we're how far away till we're like, oh, Drake May doesn't seem happy. Is he gonna want to trade out of town? And I know we're exaggerating on the radio, and it is fast and furious here.
Look,
but it is a normal reaction, right? If you were the quarterback of a football team that you got your butt whooped a little bit last year, and you had maybe fallen into the trap that fans and media had as well, that, oh, the team, they're going to get me a tackle this year. They're going to get me a target. They're going to get me a third down back. They got me a new coach. He's going to want all these things. And then you see cornerback, D tackle, D end, linebacker. Like, it's only human nature to have a certain reaction, right?
It is, and I'll relay this. Good text from the 412 program director, branch manager Ken Laird texting in. Don't forget, we have two Miltons now, Joe and Williams. So we got the funnies coming from the corner.
That going for us, which is nice.